So, according to the recent reports, Manny Pacquiao could be scheduled to fight Jeff Horn next in Brisbane, Australia. Wow, this came out of nowhere, especially after the most recent reports about Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford. And then that fight supposedly talks cooled down because of Pacquiao's demand for 20 million. But man, this Jeff Horn fight, it came out of nowhere. He just fought last month against Ali Funeka, a tough fighter, and Horn was impressive, but this is a what a crazy step up. I mean, this doesn't happen. How often does this happen? Jeff Horn's essentially he's a prospect. He's 28, but he's got like the Oriental title and stuff. That's what he's on that level. He's fighting for, you know, continental titles. He's still a domestic level fighter, and this step up to fight a world class fighter like Pacquiao, even at his age, 38, is crazy. It tells me a couple of things. It tells me that Pacquiao's career is obviously it's winding down. Floyd already retired, but it tells me about Pacquiao that Aaron might want to do like a world tour, like a last hurrah, and just I mean this is a huge fight in Australia. This is going to be the biggest fight ever. It's going to break records over there, and maybe this is his farewell tour. Do a fight in Australia. Who knows what's next? But will we even see a Crawford fight? I don't know, but that's what everybody wanted to think. Everybody wanted to think, okay, after fighting Floyd, then Timothy Bradley Jr. again, which he clearly won the fight, and then Vargas, all three world-class fighters, that he was going to keep it going, and then he won 2 in a row after Floyd. And, obviously, we're always going to hear about rematch talks and stuff, so people are like, okay, if he fights Crawford and beats Crawford, well, dang, Floyd's going to have to take that rematch. That's going to be, the biggest fight again. And then now for him to fight a guy like Jeff Horn, I want to say it doesn't make sense, but I understand it. He's 38. I still think he's got quite a bit left in the tank. I mean, he just won the WBO welterweight title, so he's still at a high level. But there's a lot of things that doesn't make sense for me. We're talking about a guy who he's essentially a prospect. You don't see this, especially with a fighter of Manny's caliber. You don't see a guy like that fight a guy who's not just a prospect, but he's on that Oriental title, Intercontinental title level. Like, he's never had a fight against a top 10 guy. Yeah, he's ranked number 2 in the WBO rankings, but that's all you can really say. He hasn't had a fight against a true world-class fighter. His rise is now. This is his come-up. He's working his way up towards that world-level fight. And to just go from Ali Funeka to Manny Pacquiao, it's pretty crazy. It's a colossal step up. And with the type of fighter he is, on top of that, this is just, it's almost like a pointless fight. I think most people are gonna know what to expect. Obviously, it's boxing; anything can happen. But unless Manny Pacquiao becomes a grandpa overnight, I don't think Jeff Horn has a style to trouble him. Not only does he not have the experience, which that's a whole other thing. He already doesn't have the experience, and he hasn't fought a guy even on a world level. But on top of that, he doesn't have the type of package that can make up for that lack of experience. It's not like he's a Crawford type of fighter where he has this complete package of explosiveness, footwork, speed, athleticism. That's really not the case. He's kind of upright, basic, orthodox, jab and hook, but not so much explosiveness, just a tough guy, a decent fighter, but he doesn't have the package that you need to have to make up for the lack of experience that he's carrying. So the only thing you can really say about this fight is, like I said, farewell tour that's starting for Manny. I don't know what the plan is, but I know a lot of people, they're going to be hoping that the Crawford fight is next.